Hey everybody, is it Saturday? It is Saturday. Saturday. Can you see my confusion? Um, it's been a while. I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving, and I know I did. I mean, it was different, but it was good. It was good. Um, I'm coming on. I know I'm coming on early. I know there's a lot of confusion, and so here's what's going on. My StreamYard is there's something wrong. Um, I cannot, I was able to go live to talk to you because I could see you in the chat, and I was trying to communicate with you that I was trying to figure this out. Um, I can't share any screens right now. Um, this has nothing to do with, I'll explain the copyright thing in a minute. This has nothing to do with this. It's completely like different. Um, None of what we call the branding portion of my StreamYard is working. So all I can do is sit here and talk to you, which is quite lovely. But I did have a lot of things that I wanted to present to you and that I've been working on. And I've actually been sitting in front of the computer for about 3.5 hours trying to get ready for tonight. So I'm equally frustrated, and I apologize. So I'm going to say hi to everybody. Hey, Jamie Johnson, Chris Hill, Lillian Gale, Julie Marshall, Insightful 1AR, Rotary Dial, Mark Klein. Hello, my sweet friend Ping. I know everybody was asking you. I'm sorry to put that burden on you. Tracy Schuler, love my Charlie Faith. Scroll up to my early birdies that I didn't catch because Heather Murray. Hello, hello. You're listening and multitasking tonight. See, now that works. Go figure. Let me see if I can do this. Nope, that doesn't work. Let's see. Let me see if I missed anybody. I don't want to do that. I hate it when I do that. It makes me feel terrible. So I have to go through. Hi, LA. I know you're frustrated. I saw your comment. I completely agree with you. I don't know what else to say. I apologize. Kelly in Texas. XX. Yeah, so you guys, my stream is flipping times. It doesn't mean I can't override it. Hi, Tracy Schuler, Amber E, um, Chris Hill. Just means I don't know what's going on, and can't use this to its capacity. Hi, Fine and Dandy and Leah Vogel. But I can tell you, let me see if I can get this off of the screen. There we go. That worked. So when I did the Turpin, High 77 MCL, the last live stream I did with the Turpins, I used some footage that came from Disney. And so I got a copyright strike. There's like a couple things you can get. You can get a copyright claim and you can get a copyright strike. And a copyright claim is fairly benign. A copyright strike is a big deal. It's 3 strikes and you're out of YouTube. I edited my video. I took it out. I did all the right things, and I got all my privileges restored. I am working on getting that strike removed, solely because the rules say that if you play a clip and if it's marked as fair use, and if you discuss it, you won't get stricken. But at the same time, and I don't want I don't want you all, that's what I meant, to be misled. I had a few reports on my channel about using footage. And then, of course, I think Disney organically found it on their own, the same way that all these companies search for their stuff to be used. So it was kind of a combination of the two, and I think I can get it fixed, but it was a little scary. I'm not even gonna lie about it. All of a sudden, video was gone. My understanding is it doesn't affect the integrity of my channel at this point because it's in review. So that's really good. And I just have to be more careful next time. I was using somebody else's content. I definitely wasn't passing it off as my own or anything like that. I had the logo on the screen. We were talking about it. So I'm not really sure. I'm kind of that person that if you ask me a question about YouTube rules, like I know them. And by the way, if you're a creator and you ever encounter this, don't try to figure it out yourself. Well, I mean, definitely, let's start over. If you ever find yourself in this position, as did I recently, feel free to reach out to me because I found how to take care of it pretty immediately. I had it taken care of I think it happened at like 8:30 in the morning. And by like, I don't know, 10 or 11, I had my answer. I knew the actions I had to take. I fixed them. I got notification that I'd met all the requirements, and then I just had to wait for the robots to catch up. So there's that. So I hope it never happens to anybody else, but if it does, I can tell you exactly how to expedite it. So don't stress yourselves trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm more than happy to help you. Oh, hi everybody. So there is a lot of stuff going on right now. So maybe I can go over a few things that I want to talk about and that I've taken some time with. And then when I get off of here, I'm going to try to figure out what is wrong with my StreamYard and why I can't share anything or have anybody else on the screen, or I'm clicking on comments and sometimes they come up and sometimes they don't. So I'm not really sure. It might be something wacky with StreamYard. I don't know, but it definitely has nothing to do with the other stuff. So anyway, we all know that there's been a massive document dump with Valo, and I'm very, very lucky that I have those documents, all of them. So I want to take some time and go through that. I have been really, really digging into Heidi Plank. Remember, she's the woman that went missing in California, and the company she worked for was being investigated by the SEC. I'm saying SEC, and the Securities and Exchange Commission. And one of the partners in the company, Jason Galanis, is already serving time in prison, and her current boss, Jason Sugarman, is still under investigation, and she has disappeared under very, very mysterious, I guess, circumstances. I've done a lot of work on it. I found some pretty interesting things. I was going to bring it to you sooner, but every time I thought, and this happens too, every time I thought I had it all together and concise, some detail would change or some new thing would come out, and it was, it affected everything. So, I kind of put that on hold. And I guess my philosophy on that is I don't like it when you come on a channel and we're rehashing the same things every single night. That's just not for me. That's not what I want to watch. So sometimes I will hold off on things because it's not like I want to go through them one time, but if there's some big change, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to just keep talking about it to talk about it, if that makes sense. Now, in the Valo case, that thing turns and mutates, and it's like a virus, literally. Every time we get new documents, we get a different look at how things transpired. I'll tell you, there's some really, really interesting stuff in there. And hey, Breaking Crime with Big E. There's some really, really interesting stuff in there that I don't want to say, I hesitate to say there's some funny stuff because there's nothing funny about it. But if you hate some of these they're not even little people. If you hate some of these evil, maniacal creatures from the abyss, seeing them being treated like they're that is pretty awesome. So there's some of that, and we'll go through that, and then want to start catching up on the, not the backstory, but the origin story of Gannon Stauch, how it all went down, and bring us up to date, because things with Leticia Stauch's trial are, I think they're going to start rolling into motion soon. And it's time for a recap, and then to bring you all up to date. And, currently the biggest thing going on with that is that her attorney is saying that even though she's been deemed competent to go to trial twice, that now he's questioning whether or not she was competent in a short period of time following the disappearance and murder of Gannon Stauch. I don't know how you evaluate that. I'm sure we will find out very soon how they attempt to do that. I know a lot of people were surprised that the judge even took that into consideration, but he kind of had to, because you see, Leticia is she's pleading not guilty. So all of the behavior after Gannon was dead, Gannon's murder, his attorney, I guess her attorney is saying, she was acting crazy because she thought everybody thought she did it. It's a big mess. It's for another night when we go through all of the evidence step by step. But that is something that I really want to work on. There was a lot of other stuff going on. My gosh, those the parade murders. I had to the guy who drove through the parade. I'm sure most of you know about it. I wish I could. Wish I could show you something. I can't. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull something up. Oh my goodness. Hold on 1 second. All right. Here, I'll read you this story. Couldn't show you anything. So let's see. Union City, Georgia. Police say the man accused of piling into a Christmas parade in Wisconsin and killing 6 people was arrested in Union City earlier this year. Police say Daryl E. Brooks, 39, drove his SUV through a parade in Waukesha last weekend. 5 adults and an 8-year-old boy were killed, and at least 60 other people were injured. Brooks has been charged with 5 counts of intentional homicide, and prosecutors are expected to file a 6th charge. Police reports reveal that Brooks was arrested in Union City in May on battery charges. The charges stem from a fight with his girlfriend at the time at a Country Hearth Inn and Suites. A witness told police he heard Brooks hitting his girlfriend through the wall. The witness said he confronted Brooks, who then called the police and claimed the witness was harassing the couple. Police were able to determine that Brooks was the aggressor and that his girlfriend had injuries consistent with domestic abuse. Brooks was taken to the East Point jail. It's unclear what happened to the case after that, or if Brooks was convicted of anything. So, the day of this parade, the same girlfriend, by the way, he was let out on a $1,000 bond for this domestic violence. He had attempted to run her over with a vehicle, is what we understand. He was let out on a $1,000 bond, and everybody across the board, I mean, I don't know who everybody is because the judge had to approve it, but thought this was crazy. So he's out. He gets in another fight with his girlfriend, domestic. He's evading police, and he drives through the barriers, the gates that block off the road of this parade. Meanwhile, there's this float with what they explained was dancing grandmothers. doing a little Christmas skit. This is a parade that the whole town goes to, and children were there and families, and he just drove through it, and it's so nonsensical. And that was one of the things I was watching earlier. I had to kind of stop because I can't wrap my head around somebody that evil and the justice system letting him out. I mean, clearly he was a danger to society. Here's a good one from the New York Times. Police say that the suspect drove into two groups of dancers, including grandmothers and children. 5 people were killed and dozens injured. The driver faces 5 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. Here's their fast facts. In seconds, a Norman Rockwell holiday scene turned deadly. Mourners hold candles and read names. Oh, these are like highlights for things. So it says a close-knit community had been gathering up for the holidays and found itself in mourning on Monday night as residents gathered in a candlelit park at a block from where a Milwaukee man drove through a crowded Christmas parade, killing 5 and injuring scores of others. Christmas songs gave way to sirens and screams on Sunday afternoon as the driver of the SUV broke through barricades, ignoring the warnings of officers, and raced along the parade route. The driver, identified by authorities as Daryl E. Brooks, 39, who had a long history of arrests, had left the scene of a domestic disturbance involving a knife moments before the incident, police said. He faces 5 counts of intentional homicide. What the mayor described as a Norman Rockwell type of Christmas parade in suburban Milwaukee became all at once a mass casualty incident, with firefighters who were watching the parade with their families suddenly tending to the wounded on the street. I'd liken it to a war zone, said Steve Howard, chief of the Waukesha Fire Department. His voice choked with emotion as he recounted the chaotic scene on Main Street. Some of our first responders were there with their families. They left their families to treat people. A child as young as 3 was among the crowd, was hospitalized. The dead included Wilhelm Hospital, who was 81. On a freezing Monday night in Cutler Park, a block from where the tragic scenes took place, a community gathered and parked with hats and gloves to mourn those who lost their lives. Candles held aloft by mourners illuminated the crowd. Tonight is the first night in healing our community, said Sean Riley, the town's mayor. Mr. Brooks had been free on $1,000 bail in an early criminal case in which he was accused of trying to run over the mother of his child in the parking lot of a Milwaukee gas station with his maroon 2010 Ford Escape earlier this month. A spokesperson for the district attorney's office on Monday described the state's bail recommendation in that earlier case as inappropriately low. You think? God. In light of the seriousness of the charges and not consistent with office policy, the decision was under internal review. Well, it's a little too late for that. Sorry, but it was supposed to have been a celebratory night in Waukesha. Dance groups and high school bands and politicians were marching along Main Street in the Milwaukee suburbs Christmas parade, which was returning from a pandemic hiatus. Then, just before 4:40 p.m., the SUV stormed into the crowd, striking dozens, including members of an amateur dance group, the Milwaukee Dancing Grandmas, who were performing in the parade. David Duran, 52, whose wife Tamara was appearing in the group for the first time, raced to the scene when he learned of the carnage, but found only chaos. The next time, this part is so hard to read. The next time he saw his wife, he said, was at the morgue where he identified her body. She was always like a cheerleader, Mr. Duran said. The driver was captured shortly after speeding away from the scene, according to Dan Thompson, chief of Waukesha Police Department. Officials at Children's Wisconsin, which treats only pediatric patients, said in a news conference on Monday that it had treated children who were injured in the parade, including 3 sets of siblings. One of those 18 children, out of those 18 children, 6 were in critical condition. This was the 58th Christmas parade for Waukesha, an annual event that was canceled last year because of the coronavirus pandemic. And the theme of this year's event was comfort and joy. And so they did hold a press conference. I have that video lined up for you, when I can share things that I'm noticing. I can't remember who said it bothered them. I can't think of it. My TV's on. My daughter was up here and didn't turn it off, so I'm sorry I didn't notice it before I went on. I didn't get my big old balloon, my Macy's Day balloon head to cover it. No, I guess I got to really get in there to do that. I don't know. Hope it doesn't bother anybody too much. Anyway, so that was some big, terrible news. I do believe, I'm going to look it up. I do believe I heard right before we went on that, let's see. Okay, they did. So 8 children still remain in the care of Children's Wisconsin Hospital. Let's see. Out of those 8, let's see what they're saying. Sorry. 8 children still remain in the care of Children's Wisconsin. Of those 8, 4 remain in serious condition, 2 are unfair, and 2 are in good. So that's good. So another one went home today. So that is really good. What aired a month or 2 ago? Crystal, I'm sorry I missed that. Yeah, PN, I played home hairdresser. I'm really bad about that. But yeah, they were just, I was always messing with them, so I had to do something. So hi Heather and Oz, thank you. So I mean, I have all kinds of things I can talk to you guys about, but I can't show anything. I can't interact with you. I can see the chat. I can't post the chat. I really need to figure this out. Again, nothing to do with that strike I got. That was basically, I mean, it was like, let's take accountability. It was my own fault. Anytime you use something that belongs to something else, don't use anything that belongs to Disney, because that mouse is angry. Yeah, he's like in every little rat hole everywhere looking. So I don't know how it got escalated that quickly, but you live and you learn. So I just have to be careful from now on. Yeah, being the router. I know I was being really, really careful. I watched a tutorial. So oh, thank you, Jamie. Yeah. Trying to think what we can do here. I don't even have a number anybody can call in on. Well, let's do this for a few minutes, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the evening getting this done, because StreamYard has made some nice improvements for creators over the past couple days, and I actually did a webinar with them the other day. So there's a lot of opportunity to present you things in a much more professional way, and they're fairly easy to use. So I'm kind of excited about that, and that's kind of what I had prepped for you guys. So now I feel like I was robbed. All right. Oh, okay, Crystal. An episode of 911, Ryan Murphy and Brad Fulchuk. We don't care about spelling here. Where somebody drove an RV into a parade. Great show. Okay, yeah. LA. Brad Mondo taught me how to do this. That's too funny. I love him. That is funny. It's always funny when you think, I mean, he's a big channel, but you think that like nobody else would know, and it's just some random thing. And yeah, I like Brad. He relaxes me, surprisingly enough. I don't know why, but he does. And so, Brad, thank you. Please don't critique it. Please don't. Because you're going to be like, girl, you need color and all that. I don't do that. So I used to. If you see my old pictures, I used to be like, blonde and then black hair and then red hair, and I would change it all the time. But I'm just going to be my little mouse brown now because that's how I was born. So, yeah, sometimes the comments are working. I just can't depend on them all the time. Oh, a lot of you guys watch Brad. How funny is that? All right, well, let's play this game. Who else do you watch? Oh, New Hampshire Girl says, I wanted to thank you all so much for the Amazon gift card. My granddaughter got a jewelry box, and I was able to get a great face cream. It's natural fig and honeysuckle. Fun. That sounds amazing. I'm glad. That makes me happy. Well, let's see. Hair Buddha. I don't know who that is, Leah, but I am going to get one of my mini notebooks and I will write that down. There's a French girl that I like. Her name is it's Loepse. It's like Lupsi or Lupsi. I like her too. I watch her sometimes. I think I can find a blank page in here. Let's see. Hair Buddha. You only watch crime on YouTube and stuff. I have to. The body language guy. I watch that too. Every once in a while, I just need a break, and those are my little fun things to do. Dr. Grande, Fine and Dandy. I watch him too. I really like him. And I saw one about nails. Let's see. Nails. I've never seen that. But I'm not a look. I have on nail polish, but I'm not really a nail person. But in my defense, look around and see if I can find. There's nothing near me, but most of the design work that I do is digital, but I do something. I'm looking because I just had something on my desk, but my daughter may have taken it. She asked me if I needed it anymore. I do build these kind of like diorama sets and stuff, and work with little pieces and make little pieces. And I sometimes do that custom. So I'm always using my hands. So nail polish doesn't work for me, and neither does long nails. But that doesn't mean I don't like them. One day when I'm a grown up, I'll have them. Bailey Sarian is great. Stephanie Harlow is great. Dr. Pimple Popper. Oh my God. That one's good. I have a thing for that. I watch Wonder About Plane Crashes. Okay. And Leah Vogel, you say, I fall asleep to scary stories at night. I watch B Busta or Mortis Media and have amazing narration skills. Oh my gosh, I don't know these channels. Let me scroll up and see. Ping, what were you watching? The Behavior Panel is good. Yes, I watched that too. LA. I've seen. I think I caught up. Okay, Heather Murray says, okay, headed into a Del Cell Vortex Canyon right now. My overactive brain just needs to know why. Ian Pulaski is standing by Melanie. He wore a wire at first. Now he's supporting her blatant lies. Why? I don't know. Maybe he's scared of her. I don't know. What is it? These women have some. I'm not going to get rude, but they have some magical powers with their lady parts. Maybe, I don't know. Sorry, I really don't know. Namibia Desert Cam is very relaxing to watch. That's from TT Happy Rock. Oh, I'll have to check that out. I'm trying to think. What are the other things? Okay. Well, here's a true confession. Yeah, that chapter is unreal. See? What? It's working now. Let's see if we can share our screen at all. Nope. Share a link. Nope. Maybe it's slowly waking up. You also watch a thing called Web Sleuths. Yeah, Web Sleuths is awesome. I love that. True Crime Brewery is good. Has anybody ever listened? I mean, they're on YouTube, but you don't really like watch them. You more or less listen to them. Last podcast from the left. Uh, I really like those guys. I think they're hilarious. They have a good sense of humor, and I want to hang out with them one time. And what's the other one? Mark Maron's WTF? What the podcast? He's a really good interviewer. I like him too a lot. You watch a lot, Kathy. You watch a lot of pet videos. Well, you know that I watch those too. That's my stress reliever. That's why I won't do TikTok, because TikTok is my happy place. I type in dogs and I watch dog videos. Oh, Finding Danny, you listen to that one too. Yay. Yes. Joseph Scott Morgan's Body Bags is really good. Peekaboo cocktail. Really good. I've been really impressed with those. And I like that they're so condensed. Like I have some podcasts I listen to for like long driving periods of time, and then others that if I'm just running to the grocery store, like because I live far from the grocery store, that one is good for me. It's like a little nugget and it satisfies me. It's like, you got the big candy bar and the fun size. They're broken up into fun size. Let's see. Oh, so I don't know who said this. Okay, hold on one second. Prince Charming's Mom 2930. Juicy Scoop. That's with Heather, right? And then Chris Franjola. I don't know who that is, but that name sounds familiar. And that is nothing about the person because it's a character photo of mine. I don't always remember people's names, like actors and stuff. Okay, so here's a perfect example. I love music. I listen to my records. I listen to Pandora. I listen to Spotify. I listen to, all my stuff in my car. I know lyrics to songs, what songs are what albums, but I swear to God, and please don't crucify me for this, but I don't know the name of every band member. Okay. There are some bands I do because I really, really like them, but there's other bands that I've seen in concert over and over and over again. And somebody was like, oh, because they're trying to test you, because this happens a lot. I'm sure it happens in all genres. This especially happens in punk, and it drives me crazy. I'd be like, oh, if you really like him, who played guitar back in 1981? And I'm like, I don't know. But I can tell you about the album. I can tell you about the words. I can tell you about what was the liner notes. I can tell you all that other stuff. But I just don't. I don't have that. And I'm like that with actors and actresses too. So I'm bad. I'm really bad. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Oh, you listen to, okay, fine and Danny, you listen to podcasts all day and watch YouTube all night. Okay. I listen to mostly podcasts. Oh my gosh. All right. So, I mean, let's be honest, we're just chit-chatting here. This isn't true crime right now. So I apologize. And like I said, as soon as we get off here, I'm going to figure this out, because I am not I'll just start another StreamYard account or something. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm sure it's fine. I heard they were having problems the other day when they were doing that podcast thingy. But anyway, I wish I could run downstairs and get them. But I know $5 is $5. I get this. So when I say, oh, they're only $5, understand that I am one of those people that has been in the place where $5 is all you have left for the rest of the week. So I'm not but the other day when I went to go pick up my stepson from school, the only like grocery place in between his school and his sister's school. And then when I get on the highway to go home, there's nothing because it's a swamp. We drive through the swamp, really, like literally drive through the swamp, on a very scary road for about an hour and a half. So we went to Walmart and we had to pick up a couple of things. And while we were there, we went and looked at Christmas decorations. And I had like a little impulse buy. I bought these lights that are out this year, and they respond to music. So I got a little package. I mean, they're probably about, I think they're 4.5 feet. They're not that long, and they're more like fairy lights, but they do sell for like $20, like large strands for your tree. And oh my God, they're so cool. They're so cool. You guys have to check them out. In fact, I was trying to figure out how I could show you guys without getting in trouble for playing music. Because I know the songs that they respond to really well. But what I've done is I put them on my kitchen counter, and when I play music at night, like when I'm doing dishes and stuff, it like, I don't know, it's cool. They move around. Like, you know, if you're playing like a Queen song, like, I don't want to get in trouble. You know the one I'm talking about? They kind of, there goes my microphone. They kind of bounce around everywhere. I have not seen, what is this? I just saw somebody say, I just heard about it today and looked it up, but I didn't have I needed to work on this, so I couldn't, that was part of the reason. Click, click, boom. Tick, tick, boom. I haven't seen it yet. Is it really good? Do I need to watch it? BuzzFeed is good too, Lucy Van Pelt. I agree. Adventures with a Purpose. Yeah, I listened to them for a while. You know, there's so many. Like, I could need to take a vacation and just leave everybody else at home and just like have people. Well, I would say rub my feet, but I really don't like to be touched, so maybe not. Maybe just people do my laundry at home. That would be nice. Okay. Athena's is, oh, that worked. My favorite is True Crime Garage. Body Bags is great so far. Dr. Phil has one ongoing about different types of narcissists. It's very interesting. Huh. So I like the other two that you recommend. I haven't listened to the Dr. Phil one, but I would. So that is going on my list too. Except that I don't know if you guys heard it or not. I tried to like play it off, but there's no reason to play things off here. I got really excited when I was talking before, and I threw my pen. I don't know if you saw it, but I have another one now. Dr. Phil podcast. Okay, I'm gonna write that one down. Ping says they moved to their own channel now. Their contract with BuzzFeed is finished. Oh, interesting. Small Town Murders podcast. I don't know that one either. I'm gonna write that one down too. Oh my gosh, Missy Lissy. Knew you liked punk rock because you quoted something on Webster's once and it touched my heart. Aw. I wonder what it was. I have no idea. Oh, I like your kitty in the cowboy hat too. I'd say a red like wine again says, I saw the mom that says boom and starts dancing. Her daughter is mortified. Huh. Do those work, Persephone's pomegranate? Those car, are you talking about those hammers that you used to bang yourself out of the car? Huh. Oh yeah. I hate chocolate. I like those too. The reactions of young people listening to like older songs, like you're saying 70s rock for the first time. Yeah. It's like, I think they're called like kids react to, and sometimes they have their parents sitting next to them. Yeah, that's a good one. I like those too. Oh, Crystal Langford. I could put them on mute and then make you guess what I'm playing. That's a good idea. You know what? I'll play them when I come on next. I'll do that. We'll play a little game. Would you like to play a game? I would go get them right now, but I'd have to run downstairs, and I don't know what you guys would. I mean, I don't have anybody to do a puppet show. I don't have a scrappy game. I have a dog, but he's a potato, and he lives on the couch. He's scared of everything and everyone, and um, I always tell him I'm up here looking at new dogs on the internet just to tease him. He won't come up the stairs. He's too scared. And he was my dog, and when I moved in with Chris, like he was like just decided Chris was so much better than me. And I mean, he still loves me, but not like he loves Chris, man. It's funny how that happens. Let's see. All right, I just saw somebody answer my question. It was Persephone. They're little key rings. They work for most glass windows. Adventures with Purpose are selling them. Oh, well, I'm going to go look and get one of those. And then said, Ping, what podcast are you talking about, Ping? And everybody's like, I can't scroll it fast enough to find it. You know, I have to be honest. I didn't know that Dr. Phil had a podcast. So out of touch I am. Peekaboo Cockatiel, you said, Amy, I'm afraid that if the mute didn't work for you, you'd get in trouble, not worth the risk. That's true. That's true. I know, because they're so cool. I mean, I've tried everything. Oh, Lillian Gale, you grew up on Motown. So I played them with, let's see. What did I try? Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies, which is like a big thing for me because the Nutcracker scares the bejesus out of me. I talk about true crime, and I found the Nutcracker to be absolutely terrifying. I, no, not gonna ever go see it again. Did it like once or twice when I was little, and I still could probably have nightmares about it. Don't ask me why. But it's in that song is super creepy. It's when I hear do 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 do. I always think about like stabby stab 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 stab. Nope, don't want it. Don't want it in my life. Don't need it. But because it has an interesting, whatever, I thought, well, it would be good to try out with the lights, and it did really well. And then I played Queen, We Will Rock You. That worked really well. I played David Bowie with Queen Under Pressure. That one was really cool. What was one that was really, really super good? Oh, Don't Laugh, But You Be Owen by Rum DMC. Oh my God. Rapper's Delight, Sugar Hill Gang was really good. There's a song by Shriekback, which is like way, way back in the day. That one was really good. Yeah, so some of them were kind of lame. I was like, oh, you're just taking the thing, but you'll never listen to Sugar Plum Fairy dance the same way. There's something about it that's eerie. Yeah, I Hate Chocolate. The Wizard of Oz. I didn't see that. I actually didn't see that movie until a couple years ago. I'd never seen it like in its entirety before. I remember being forced to watch it when I was like 2 or 3 at like my cousin's house, and it was scary, and I didn't like it. Oh, PN, you memorized Rapper's Delight? I love doing stuff like that. Do you remember when REM came out with End of the World as You Know It? You probably can't even say the words without getting a strike, but that's great. It starts with an earthquake, birth mistakes, all that. Yeah. I can remember like me and my friends like rewind, rewind, rewind. And I was telling Trisha too that and she said she didn't remember this, but in the back of like some of those music magazines, not the big ones, not like Spin and Rolling Stone, but some of the like more independent ones, maybe like zines and stuff, you could like they had these places where you could you could send away for the lyrics, like because they don't put them in all the liner notes on albums, and they certainly didn't do it in all the CDs, and they didn't do it in all the tapes. Like sometimes you would get tapes and it would just be like copy paper. So those are funny. I love all music too, Lily and Gail. I really, really do. Sometimes my husband gets annoyed because he comes home. Oh, I know what song the lights play really well is Mamma Mia by ABBA. Amazing. Um, yeah, he'll come home sometimes and he's like, it's a Nine Inch Nails day, and then the next day it's like I like a lot of like bebop jazz. So or like I'll listen to like Charlie Parker. I love Birdland. That's like one of my favorites. I'll get into like this whole thing, and then I go down rabbit holes with them. Um, he was going out of his mind the other day because Isabella likes Taylor Swift a lot, and some of the other she likes her more than anybody else. I think the rest of the songs are the people she listens to. She just listens to because her friends do. And so I was telling her about Dixie Chicks, which are now just the Chicks. But so we were listening to that in the kitchen the other day, and he was a little freaked out. And I love like don't really get into new country at all, just because I haven't. But I do like Willie Nelson, George Strait, like some of the older stuff. Um, I like because I kind of grew up with it, so that's like my memories. I like polka, which is weird, but I'm Czech, and my parents or my grandparents used to take us to polka dancing and wore all the costumes and stuff. So I do, and that, my friends, is how I got into ska music because it's the oompa 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 type of thing. Yep, but the Highwaymen. Yes. Uh-oh. I don't know what you're saying when you're saying you're not touching that line, Sushi. But for oh my gosh. For those of you that like Motown, um, there was a movie that I could not stop watching. I don't know if it was the late 80s. I think it was late 80s. The Commitments. Have you guys ever seen that movie about the group of Irish friends that started a band? It's a really good movie, and it's Chain of Fools. It's Mustang Sally. Um, oh my god, it's so good, so good. It was kind of like maybe a B movie, but it should have gotten an A in my opinion. I don't know anybody that's entranced by Dr. Phil's voice, Heather Murray. But I will say, when I hear him talking, I have to stop and listen. So maybe he's just got that magic, melodious sound to him. Yeah, TT Happy Rock, A to Z lyrics is good. But I'm saying, like, before the internet, like, before all of it, um, it was, like, sometimes you didn't know what the words were. And there were big, deep discussions over it, trust me. You did go to the... who said it? Oh, LA. I brought my daughter and her bestie girlfriend to our first live Nutcracker a year pre-COVID. Oh, did they like it? I don't know why I was scared, but I'm a weirdo. Red like wine again. I'm not into rap so much either, but there's some like I've always like Run DMC. I don't consider Beastie Boys rap, but some people do. I like Tribe Called Quest. Um, there's a few, but not like really the newer stuff probably. So, and I like a lot of new stuff. FUTK. I don't know what that is. Oh, Ellie, your ex-husband is a DJ for a career and you had all the music is all genres. Yes. Yes. And Pascal's Wager said, I've been enjoying some Aussie rock lately, Chisel, Angels, ACDC, etc. I always try to, when I'm in the car with the kids, I try to throw in like, we make like Spotify playlists. And I always try to throw in like one song from back in the day, one song for something I like. So like the other day was, oh, I'm not a huge Queen fan, but I like kind of like anthem motivational songs, and like when they're all like, man, we don't want to go to school, I'm like, oh no, that's, like it's overdone now, but the song Gonna Have a Good Day, that one, All My Homies, that one, um that was on our playlist for a little bit. But now we do Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. That is one, and they like that. I'm trying to get Isabella into Blondie. We've been listening to The Tide is High, the Go-Go's, because they're like the lighter side of like what I like, and so that we can have that in common. But we did have a very successful ACDC moment the other day. So they were jamming out in the back of the car. So that's good. I didn't know that. Insightful one. Willie Nelson is your third cousin. You grew up on country. I grew up around country music. I'm not super stoked on it, but I like Willie Nelson a lot. Yes, Julie Marshall's The Commitments is ace. I know I'm way behind in the chat. It froze. So I'm trying to get there. Hey, Betty Smith, how are you? That's right, Tracy. When you play the records backwards, you get all your stuff back. Oh no, why are people saying, oh my gosh, LA, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. That is terrible. And it just happened in October. I hope it's hard every day. But I hope you weren't like re-traumatized over Thanksgiving or anything like that. Um, I'm so sorry. I'll be thinking of you. I'm always, I can't think of anything bad that's going on. I know a lot of you personally like talk to you outside of the show. I know we have a new grandbaby. Somebody here had her first grandbaby. Somebody else is healing really well after their surgery. No, that I can't think. I think everything else is cool and copacetic right now, which is good. It's good. Somebody's in their last round of treatment, so that's awesome. Doing well. That was a celebratory thing the other day. Must be way behind. Oh my god, I'm so behind in the chat. Oh, I hate chocolate. My boyfriend's cousin was Tom Petty. Tom Petty's pretty amazing. Denise says, you can't beat George Strait. See, Amber E., how do you know this? She says, oh, and Willie has the best harmonica player, Mickey Raphael. How do you know that? Yeah, red, white, wine again. I think it's those like firsts. That's hard. Merle Haggard. You know what? You guys, this is so random. I can remember like, I still know like all the words to it. It was a song that I used to hear like in my dad's car, and it went something like, "I'm gonna hire a wino to decorate our home so you'll feel more at ease and you won't feel alone. Um, I'll take down the dining room table, put a bar along that wall." It's something about like whenever you're lonely, you'll find your friends down the hall. It's hard for me because I want to sing it and I know I'll get in trouble and I can't. But yeah, hee haw. It was a crazy song. Oh. Yeah, sure you runs late. It's interesting. That's an interesting thing. You said my 8-year-old granddaughter was playing videos with dances, and I started singing the song she was 4. That I knew all the lyrics, and she said, "History repeating itself." Yeah. So that happens a lot with TikTok. I mean, like, just last month, one of the big TikTok dances was, September. Do you remember? You know that one? Um, uh, but Chris and I were having this conversation the other night, and I can't think of what movie it was that was on the TV. But a lot of these like Disney, Pixar films and stuff are using 80s music and 70s music and teaching like a new generation them, and they think they're discovering it for the first time. Like the Trolls movie is a good one that does that. Sing was one that did that, although like Baby Got Back isn't necessarily one I want to pass on, but it's pretty funny. But there's a lot of them like that now. All right, well, I don't want to leave. Why Red White Wine said, "Oh yeah," she said she'd be right back. Cat Ate Shark did too. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that they're doing that. I think it's kind of nice. It kind of bonds you. Um, so we could totally pass on Baby Got Back. Little in the middle, but that much back. I love Waylon Jennings. I like so this is so fine and dandy. This is so random. But the same way in true crime, like I go down rabbit holes, I do it with like biographical stuff. And so I always liked like the 1920s, 30s Paris, the writers, Hemingway and Picasso fighting and Gertrude Stein holding court and Anais Nin like running around and them all going to opium dens and who knew who and when and who dated who, and it's fascinating. And there's places like there's places in New York where like when they weren't being lofty expats, they hung out and they're still there and you can hang out and it's cool. And I just like that idea, and I get lost in my imagination. I romanticize it and all that. But it's the same way with that era of like Waylon Jennings and all those like Grand Ole Opry people, really. But then there was the crossover to kind of like rock and roll, and that's kind of cool too. And they all have those relationships where they traveled together or partied together or hit rock bottom together, dated each other's girlfriends, stole each other's wives. It's really kind of interesting. So yeah. Oh, the Bee Gees. It's good. I love disco too. That's my guilty pleasure. All right, guys. So wasn't true crime tonight. Wasn't a big old firecracker of a comeback. Sorry about that. I am going to get into. I'm gonna file a ticket with StreamYard right now and figure out what's going on, and I kind of sew that up. So I really like. I was so frustrated tonight. I was not going to come on, but then I did. So I'm here and I'm committed. Let's get all this, or let me get it under control. They're very good about fixing things right, right away. I'm pretty tech savvy. I figure out things fairly quickly. So I'll get it done, and I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what will happen to this thumbnail since I used it. It may go away. It may not. If you see two, I'll be on one of them, and we'll just figure it out. It's not a big deal. And don't like hyper focus on my weird eyeliner. Let my daughter do it. So, and I have hooded eyes, so it doesn't really work for me. It looks really weird. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad that we got to chit chat a little bit here tonight. And I guess that we'll just call that a wrap. So I don't know if I can even, let me think. Am I going to get rid of this comment? Well, it doesn't matter. We'll just, you know what? It's going to just be an F it Saturday night. Whatever happens, happens. I'll try to run my outro. If I can't, I can't. And until then, thank you everybody for being here. Ping, I owe you an email. And because I know you're not going to be around tomorrow night, and I'm going to wait for you, my friend, because we talked about doing something together. I do have somebody mentioned before that there are some Heidi Plank updates, and there are some things that that I pulled up, and I really do want to discuss with you guys. And then after that, I'm going to make a schedule for going through the Valo documents. That's important. Tomorrow I will go live at 7. I'm going to commit to that because I know that Kresha K. Easton from Difficult Research and Jen from the L Mom are going to go live at 9. And I want to conflict with them. So I'll do that, and then I'll go hang out with them. And Eric might be on too. I don't know. Maybe we're like, we are kind of like those groups that I was just talking about, except we're not super famous. So Tracy Schuler, there are a lot of documents, that came a whole new set. And they're interesting. They're very interesting, and I want to go through those. And I just want to make sure that, again, I don't like to do shows where we're just like rehashing for the sake of rehashing, or because there's nothing else to talk about. So we're like, we'll just pick up from last night, unless there's something new. And that's just not what I do. And I want to make sure that there's nobody like in our circle of like who talks about this has already talked about something, or that we talk about it in a different way, if that makes sense. So yeah, Cat H, I didn't either. Like when he said, turn around and put your hands behind your back, I was like, ooh, girl, you're in trouble. Where's Moroni now? Yeah. So, Lori Harris, I'm sorry. I can't, can you just not sleep now, or can you not sleep at night? I really can't sleep at night. I would be wonderful if I could go to bed at 5:30 in the morning. Just as it's getting light outside, it's safe for me to hibernate. I worry about the predators. Oh, Lillian, do we need an Insomniacs Club? I'll tell you, and then I'm really going to go. There's something about people in the true crime community that don't sleep. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Eric. Handcuffs were her victim's advocate. She kept asking, I'd like to speak to a victim's advocate. I'd like to speak to it. Yeah, they gave her handcuffs. That worked. TT Happy Rock, you're on the club too. Yeah, there's a lot of us in here. And it's funny because every time you meet somebody new, they say, well, I stay up all night. And then it's like, then we all find out we stay up all night, and then we all text and message each other all night long. And so we're kind of enabling each other. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, PN, you're a night hill too. Well, maybe we'll have to have like an insomniac party one night. Oh, red like wine again. You say I'm a natural night owl, but I take melatonin. Melatonin makes me crazy. I can't. You'd be better off giving me a bottle of tequila. Yeah, we should. I will do that, Lori. I will do that. All right. On that note, I'm going to say goodnight. I'll see you tomorrow at 7. I hope you'll be here. I put a lot of work into the next 2 things I'm doing. I'm going to continue to do that. So I hope those of you who need sleep, get sleep. Those of you who are worried, find some peace. If you had a bad day, I hope tomorrow's a little bit better for you. Always come back here. We're your friends. We care about you. And, just keep being good bundles of cells, all right? Good humans. And that's what it takes. And then be there for each other, okay? Ooh, Tito's. Now you're speaking my language. All right. Good night, you guys. Bye-bye. Let's see if this works. Oh, I'm not sure it's going to work. We'll see.